Hi, I'm Sandy Belcher, the creator of Tutie, Cutie, Tutus. And today I'd like to show you how to make a tutu dress on elastic with two separate straps. The supplies you'll need are some elastic. I got the Dritz brand and it's a 3/4 of an inch non-roll elastic. A hot glue gun. A needle and thread if you don't like gluing. Some ribbon. It could be 7/8 of an inch, 1 inch, or 1.5 inch for the straps. Some nylon tulle. That's the kind I like to buy. I get mine from toolsource.com. To me, they have really good high quality tulle. It's never had any holes in it or it don't end. It's continuous. I never start wrapping and think, oh no, it's ended. So I really like their tulle. A tape measure, some sharp fabric scissors, piece of cardboard to the size you need the tulle to be, and a mannequin if you have one. I'm doing a 12-month size, and that's a 12 months mannequin. But if you don't have a mannequin, you can use anything in a cylinder shape, or I used to use a lampshade, or you could do paper towel roll or your leg, whatever. First thing I like to do is determine what size you need your elastic and tulle. For 12 months, I'm going to do 18-inch chest and 17 inches long, which will be shin length, T length. Okay, so since I need it 18 inches long, stretch it out here. When you put tulle on it, it will expand, so you cannot cut it 18 inches long. So I'm going to subtract 2 inches. Actually, I'm going to do 2.5 inches. I think that's better. So I'll put it there. And you can sew it with the sewing machine, or you can hand stitch it together, or if you have a good glue on a hot glue gun, you can just glue it. Just put a lot of glue. I do this most often and it never comes apart. You just got to do it really fast. And then for the tulle, what I do is, I know the pieces need to be 17 inches long. So I get a piece and fold it in half like that, and get my tape measure and cut it to 17 inches. It's about here. I cut it slightly longer than 17 inches because if you put a sash on or something, it's going to shrink, like it's going to get shorter. So I do like 17.5. So I'm going to cut it there. And so when you get cardboard, you find something, and put it around here, and see, it's just right. This cardboard wasn't long enough, so I taped on a few empty tool rolls, or you can tape on any kind of thing that will make it longer or more cardboard, you know, instead of trying to find another piece, you know. Now I'm gonna cut some pieces. So you wanna hold it there and then wrap it around. Always hold it one hand and rub it in the cardboard. It's easier that way. So to be on the safe side, I'm gonna just maybe put half of this roll onto this cardboard. You don't want it too thick because it's harder to cut, and some of the pieces will look shorter, some will look longer, and you don't want to dull your scissors either. So yeah, I'm gonna do half of that. So you find where you started, the end, and then you'll cut straight across. Take this stack of tool. So if you want a really fluffy tutu, you'll want to get 2 strips at a time, like this. Fold it in half, make sure the ends are even. And then from the top, pull down, do a slip knot. And what I do is I stick my thumb in there. It's hard to see. I stick my thumb in there and I make sure it's real tight, but not so tight that it makes the elastic fold over, but just tight enough. Probably could have been tighter actually. Yeah, that's if you want a really fluffy tutu. You do 2 strips. If you don't, just get 1 strip. Which I find that, I guess since this tool is really good quality and it's thick, that when I do just 1 strip like this, it's pretty fluffy. Okay, so slip knot, pull through, put a thumb behind it. And push it over. And you want to put them as close together as you can. That'll make it fluffier too. Another thing, when you do these 2 strips, the knots look bigger, which don't look as nice to me, but I don't know why, but I seem to do this better on my leg. So grab a piece, take the loop, tuck it behind, open up the loop, do a slip knot, make sure both ends are even, put your thumb under it, pull as tight as you can. Yep. There we go. After you do this so many times, you will get faster. When you first do it, it might seem like it takes forever, but it does get better. Okay, so I went all the way around the dress, the elastic, and you get about 3 strips per inch, if that helps. The color of this tulle, I forgot to mention, is French blue, and it's 6-inch wide, and it was a 100-yard tube. I used 75 yards of that tube for this 12-month size. Okay, so to make it look nicer, since the knots are on the outside, we want the knots to be on the inside. So I'm just going to flip it inside out. And see how nice that makes it look. Almost looks like it's been sewn. Very pretty. Here's the dress on the mannequin. See how nice this tulle lays? Even though it's more expensive, it's like, I think it's about, with shipping and all, about $8 each 100-yard tube. But it's so much higher quality, like the kid can run around in it and it won't rip, and it lays nicely, it don't bunch up as bad as the cheap tulle, and it's so much thicker. You use less of this tulle than you would the cheaper tulle. But like I said, it's pretty expensive. If you see any long pieces at the end of the dress, go ahead and trim them off. I try to make sure mine are, when I put the tulle on, that it's even. That way I don't have to go around and trim it, which can take a while. Now I'm going to show you how to add the straps. I got double-faced satin ribbon. It's 1.5 inch wide. I prefer using 7/8, but I didn't have it in my stock. So first thing you'll do is heat seal the free edges. And if you want to glue it instead of sewing it, what you'll do is feed it around the tulle here. And I like to put some glue here, fold it over, that way it don't have that edge like that. And then you'll take this part and glue it together. Or actually, I glue it down right here, and then you'll take this and glue it across here, this part. So when you're done, it'll look like this. And eventually I'll wrap ribbon around the whole chest. But I want to sew it, so I'll show you how to sew it. To me it looks better sewn. So I got some needle and thread. Be hand sewed, obviously. I'm going to do like a gathered stitch like this. That way it is more like this. And then I'm going to put it about here. And I'm going to sew it. Hand sew it on. Start from the back. Put quite a few stitches, that way it don't come out. So I'll hand stitch that on, and I just keep it on the row because that way I can cut it after I've sewn it. If you don't want it to where it ties around the neck, you'll have to do the same exact thing, sew it here. But I find that it's hard to judge how long to make it, because especially if you don't have a mannequin, because I did this one time for my daughter and she tried to get it on and it ripped because she just could not get in it. So I prefer to just have it around the neck. Okay, so I just do it like this, like I'm going to make a bow. And I just look to see how long I would like it. I think I like it about here. So I'm going to cut it. When you fold it in half like this, and the folded side to the raw edge side, you'll cut it this way. That way it makes this. And then you'll heat seal it. And then what you can do to make the other strap, just go buy this strap. So I put it here and just cut it to where this one is. Like this. And then you'll just sew this the same way you did the other one. So I did both the straps and tied it in a bow in the back. If one tail ends up longer than the other, just trim it. And I'll show you what the front looks like. See? Now I'm going to show you how to wrap ribbon around it. So using the same ribbon, I want to keep it on the roll. Here's the front. I'll fold it in half to figure out where the back is, which is here. And I'll hold it like this. And you want a little to hang over. That way you can fold this over and heat seal it and glue it and all that. But I'm going to start in the middle. And you just wrap it around. The reason why I keep it on a roll is because I gave up trying to figure out how much ribbon I need. And if it's short of the ribbon, then that's frustrating. And I find it a whole lot easier to wrap it around instead of having a really long string of ribbon. So I'm going to wrap it around every 2 strips. So you just keep wrapping it around. And I just kind of tuck it in like this. That way the tool isn't gapped too much. So every 2 or 3. If the tool's really close together, you probably can do it every 3 strips, which I think I can do that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 strips. Wrap it around. And tuck it like that. Okay, so I'm going to go around until I get to here and then I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so I'm almost to the strap here. So what you'll want to do is, I want to do it about, instead of skipping 3, just do the next one if it's lined up with the strap. So I want to go before the strap here. So I'm going to do this. And then tuck that in. And now move the strap over that way. Do just a single strip and wrap it around on the other side of the strap. Let's see how this looks. So I'm at the back end of the dress. I'll wrap it over time. Now, you want to cut off just so much, maybe a half inch, I guess. And then you'll use your lighter to heat seal the phrase. And seal. And then take your glue gun. I'm gonna do the one on the inside first. Just put a little glue on the edge, like that. And then fold it over before it dries. Just fold it over like 1/4 of an inch, like that. And actually, I think I made that too long, so I'm gonna fold it over one more time. So I'm gonna just add some glue. Fold it over again. And then glue it onto here. So just add some glue again. Just glue it to the band. Okay. And then you're going to take this one and do the same thing. So I'm going to put some glue here. Fold it over. And then put more glue. And fold it over the one you did before. See? That's how you end the dress. And if you did strapless, that's how you would also end it. So I'll show you what it looks like on a mannequin. This turned out pretty cute. I added a sash to it, the same size ribbon. I normally like to do the 7/8 for the chest and for the straps because it looks kind of bulky to me, but it don't lay as nice, but I mean it still looks cute. So I added a sash, and what I do is I go ahead and just leave it on the roll, and I don't quite put it all the way to the end of the dress. It looks cuter to me if it ends about here. So I'm just gonna cut off what I need. Always tie the bow first, that way your tails will be even. And then put them together. And do that thing we did before. Sealed. Like that. And get the lighter. Seal the edges. That looks really cute. Oops. Oh, wait. I'll turn the mannequin around. So, I heard light blue and white is going to be a popular color in 2020. So I decided to make one of those colors. Although the blue's a little darker than it should be. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, subscribe, and visit my Etsy shop. Thank you.